Yes, she has.
Yeah, I think, and this is funny because I know that you'll understand this, especially because we've kind of talked about this before. But as soon as I'm done with writing something, I just feel done. Like I think about, and I don't ever want to hear it or touch it or see it or think about it again. And so it was really great that they were able to, bring this production to life in the way that they did. There's this holy trinity behind me, and really was able to flesh it out, because I have a real stopgap when it comes to like, okay, I wrote it, now it's out of my hands.
Well, I mean, and I guess how that was one of the things I was wondering at. You took 6 months to write it, and then it's now years before it's seen.
So, yes. So first of all, the production took a long time. It did. We had to, you're talking mixing, mastering, cutting down the dialogue, adding the music, which was original. Yeah. A lot of original music. It did take a long time. But we also were beset by unexpected challenges. And so, our sound designer had a health issue that kind of sidelined him for a while, and we didn't want to move forward without him. So we waited for a stretch until he was able to like come back to us. And, we just had a bunch of different things. We had a bunch of problems with the website at YabYum where we had to move servers. And, we've had to, it's like our third server move this year, but I think we're golden now. So there's been a lot of unexpected challenges while we were going through the production and getting everything finalized. And it's just doing something of this scale. Like I said, 6 episodes that basically run between an hour and a half each. It was quite an undertaking, much more in scope than we initially thought. And then to actually see it through is like, okay, we're really doing this. We're going to really do this.
Staggering just solidification or establishment of that concept of sometimes you don't know what you don't know.
Right, yeah.
Going in and as Carly was saying, we had to go through all these things, and also, I had never touched audio editing software before. So in addition to,
I think that picture in Phoenix Magazine is actually you, like, first learning how to do the clip so that you could take it home and edit it all.
Yep, exactly. That's the movie magic, right? Here's the absolute neophyte, but we're gonna present him as skilled and talented.
Well, you're
and
skilled and
capable.
Talented. I mean, that was the beginning of. I mean, you took the Group W bench home, which is the computer that we record on, and and spliced it all out and went through all those audio files. You weren't calling for tutorials. You just needed that. You kind of just picked it up by watching Mark and then said, I could sit in this chair now. So.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. There's nothing else to do but dive in. And as I told Carly, once it was finished, it was about a month and a half or 2 months before I was no longer editing my dreams. And I want to be clear, I wasn't editing in my dreams. I wasn't dreaming about editing. I would have a dream, and about 5 seconds of that dream would play, and then it would play again, and then it would play again, and then it would finally join another section that I had dreamed through 6 or 7 times previously. And so, yeah, that process, it broke me. It broke me.
I like to think of it as failing your way to success, right? I had no idea about any of this stuff before I started, 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it is. And then, it becomes sort of second nature, I guess, after a while. But initially it's I don't know how any of this shit works. Let's just do it.
Right.
The terrifying part was when I realized I missed it.
Oh,
when after the audio was done, and I would be sitting at home and I would be getting antsy and fidgety, and I'm like, I feel like I should be doing something. I feel like I'm not being productive. I have nothing to do, and I'd be like, oh, I have nothing to do.
That's actually, I think of, as somebody who's always doing something, the moments of trying to figure out how to relax, can be very stressful.
Yeah.
I think once one of us, either of us, has any ideas on that front, we'll probably come and present them to the other.
I do not relax well.
I've finally started to. It hit like a fuck it level. Like I was going to burn out if I didn't just take a breath. And that's, had to be done.
I don't know.
Sometimes. I don't know.
I think that's great. It's good for your mental, physical, all those well-beings. All the well-being.
You just have to be careful. There's the danger, the real danger of enjoying that too much and being like, I don't want to go back to any of it anymore.
Right. But the thing is when I'm relaxing, when I'm like, okay, I have a whole weekend to do whatever I want, I'm writing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Worth noting that when Carly has put in a full day of reading through articles provided by her writers and writing her own articles and writing through on reviews, when Carly has finished her 8, 10, 12 hours of reading and writing, her decompression is to read and write.
Yeah.
Which I don't get, but apparently it works.
No, it's fantastic. I should try that sometimes instead of drinking. But
hey, Jared, we all have to have our hobbies.
Indeed. So, speaking of the YabYum site, YabYumWest.com, you can hear the trailer right now.
Trailer's up, and we are going to have, hopefully, a teaser going up in September. And then the episodes start airing first week of October.
Fantastic.
And then we're having a big party at Rips on the 26th.
Nice.
Retro Futurist Dance Party. We're ready for it.
Very
Are you
cool.
going to come and dance with us, Jared? You can come and drink with us.
That I can do.
Yeah.
Usually one leads to the other.
Great. That's perfect. Sounds great.
Sounds fantastic. Well,
so dancing leads to drinking?
No, it's always the one order. There's only a one-way order on that. Yeah.
You come on down. We'll buy you a drink.
All right. Sounds delightful. Thank you guys both for talking to me about this. I'm excited about it. So.
We're very excited. We can't wait to share.
Thrilled. Awesome. Absolutely thrilled. Thanks
you. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you. All right, that's it. That's the show. Thanks as always for listening. I didn't do any of the business up at the top, so if you are still listening, please rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe, rate and review wherever you listen, Spotify, Stitcher, all that sort of stuff. And subscribing to the feed is huge for me. So it helps between the subscriptions and the ratings. It helps put it out there as a suggestion to people. And if you want to be a guest on the show, or you want to write some feedback or anything like that, if you want to give me relationship advice, whatever, it's ltd.engagement@gmail.com, and on Twitter at LTD_engagement, on Instagram, LTD engagement, all that kind of thing. You can follow that stuff. And, basically my Twitter feed is bite-sized versions of my intros here. So if that is entertaining to you at all, you can get that there. And that's going to do it. Thanks again to my guests, Carly Schorman and Dale Rasmussen. And you can go to the YabYum website and check out that trailer for the show. And again, that drops in October. And then the next episode is going to be talking to Mark Anderson about the sound production that'll drop next week. So you can look forward to that. And see you on down the road. This has been a Hoon Waddle production. If you enjoyed this podcast, why not check out one of our other fine podcasts available from hootenwaddle.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any number of podcast apps. If you'd like to support Hoot and Waddle and get access to an exclusive member-only podcast, receive discounts on merch, and more, go to patreon.com/Hoot and Waddle.